All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into a classic short story that really, and I mean really, makes you rethink how you see people.
So let me ask you something. Can you really trust a first impression? I mean, think about it. The last new person you met, you probably sized them up in what, a few seconds? But is that snap judgment ever the whole story? Well, that exact question is what we're digging into today. It's a powerful reminder that there's almost always more going on beneath the surface.
Okay, so picture this. We're on a fancy ship, a luxury liner, sailing from San Francisco all the way to Yokohama. And this is right after World War I, so everyone's kind of stuck together in this small, floating world. It is the perfect setup, really, to meet our main character, a guy who gets stuck with the nickname Mr. Know-All.
Yeah, that's what the narrator calls him. Mr. Collada, a man who seems to know everything about everything. And let's be real, that is not a compliment. It's actually the perfect way to sum him up, because that's exactly how he seems to everyone else on the ship. You know the type. Just an insufferable expert on, well, everything.
So you might be wondering, what is it about this guy that gets under everyone's skin? Well, it's kind of like a perfect storm of annoying habits. I mean, it's one thing to be smart, right? But he's boastful. He doesn't just join a conversation, he hijacks it. He's got this constant need to prove he's right. And it's that pushy, off-putting vibe that pretty much makes him an outcast from day one.
So yeah, as you can probably guess, this whole act doesn't exactly win him a lot of fans. In fact, Mr. Collada very quickly becomes the most unpopular guy on the entire ship. And this is where things get interesting, because we're about to see how those first impressions, those snap judgments, start to really set in and turn into something uglier. Genuine prejudice.
And this is the key right here. You've got this huge gap between what he thinks he's doing and how people see it. From Mr. Collada's point of view, he's just being friendly, chatting, sharing what he knows. But the other passengers, no way. They just see an arrogant show-off. So every single time he tries to connect, it's like his words have to pass through this filter of their bias, and it all just comes out as annoying.
Okay, so you've got all this tension just simmering under the surface. It's only a matter of time before it boils over, right? And it does. It all comes to a head in this one single high-stakes debate. And trust me, this is the moment the entire story hinges on.
So what's it all about? A necklace, a beautiful pearl necklace to be exact, that's being worn by another passenger, Mrs. Ramsey. Now, her husband, Mr. Ramsey, is going on and on about how it's real and cost an absolute fortune. And of course, Mr. Collada, who, by the way, is actually in the pearl business, he just can't help himself. He has to weigh in.
And here we go. This is the ultimate showdown for Mr. Know-All. Mr. Ramsey, who's clearly had enough of this guy, bets him $100 that the pearls are genuine. And Collada, totally confident in his own expertise, takes the bet. He knows he can spot a fake. So you can just imagine the scene. The whole table is silent, just waiting. Are the pearls real? Or is Mr. Know-All about to prove, yet again, that he really does know it all?
Now look, based on everything we've seen so far, what do you think is going to happen? You'd expect Collada to leap at this chance, right? To prove he's right, take the money, and rub it in Mr. Ramsey's face. But this is where the story completely flips the script. It gives us this incredible twist and reveals a side to him that no one, absolutely no one, saw coming.
So here's the moment of truth. Mr. Collada takes the necklace to examine it, and he knows. He has the proof right in his hands. He can win the bet, he can take the $100, and he can lock in his reputation as Mr. Know-All for good.
But as he's looking at the pearls, he glances over at Mrs. Ramsey, and he sees something on her face. A look of sheer panic that nobody else seems to notice. And in that one instant, the choice he's facing completely changes. It's not about being right anymore. It's about whether he's willing to make a huge personal sacrifice, to face total humiliation, just to protect this woman. And he makes his choice. He looks at the table, and he lies. He says he was wrong, that the pearls are real. He intentionally loses the bet, and he takes the mockery that comes with it. It's only later we find out the truth.
He knew they were fake the whole time. He saw the terror on Mrs. Ramsey's face and realized she had a secret. So he chose to sacrifice his own pride to save her, to protect her marriage, her reputation, all in this quiet, incredible act of kindness.
And just like that, boom, that one single act just shatters everything the other passengers and probably you, the reader, thought about this man. This loud, annoying, boastful guy they had all dismissed. He was actually a man of incredible character. That whole Mr. Know-All thing was just a cover for a deep well of kindness nobody bothered to look for.
So what's the big takeaway here? I mean, yeah, the plot twist is great. But the real power of this story, the thing that makes it stick with you, is its timeless lesson. It's all about looking past what's right on the surface.
Really, what this story is all about is prejudice. And I don't just mean prejudice in the big societal way we usually think about it. I mean the small, everyday kind, the snap judgments we all make. The passengers on that ship, they judged Mr. Collada for everything superficial. His name, his accent, the fact that he was chatty. And all those little biases, they acted like blinders, you know? They made it literally impossible for them to see the good, decent man who was right there.
So, if we boil it down, the lesson is pretty clear. First, superficial judgments will absolutely blind you to the truth. Second, people are way more complex than they seem. That annoying guy turned out to be a real gentleman. And third, and this is the most important one, the only thing that can cut through all that surface level stuff is empathy. It's the exact thing Mr. Collada showed Mrs. Ramsey when he chose to be kind instead of being right.
At the end of the day, Mr. Know-All is just this amazing reminder that every single one of us is walking around with our own story, a story that's usually misunderstood. The face we show the world, that's almost never the whole picture.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Who's someone you've written off based on a first impression? And maybe more importantly, what incredible, complicated, maybe even wonderful story did you miss out on because of it?